everybody, and welcome to Femme. I'm so excited. It is back here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am nervous. I am excited. I am overwhelmed. I have these two beautiful ladies helping me out tonight. Okay, so let's start. I have Miss Erica Williams. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. What can you tell me about yourself, girl?
Hey everybody, my name is Erica Monique Williams. If you don't already know, I'm a part of the Truth Vibe Media family. So we are expanding. We are doing more shows. We have extra toppings on Friday nights with the owner, the boss. We call him Meathead. So that's on Friday night. So I'm excited about doing a woman's show
Finally.
because the man show they all right. But we gonna bring it. We gonna bring it.
Yeah. So on my other side of the table, I have my best friend, Miss Bianca. You have to tell them your last name. She has like the longest.
Yes.
It's like you can do the split while you're telling that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bianca McElwain.
See?
This is not my first time being on Michelle's show, but, this is what we do. So I'm excited. Thank you.
And she might be coming over a few times. So you won't be seeing the same faces because that was my whole goal here. But definitely, we are La Femme. So,
And what does that mean, girl?
so La Femme means all women. It's all about women. So since I am bilingual, I thought of La Femme. I was first thinking to name it my in my language, and I was like, oh my gosh, they would be like, what is it? What's the pronunciation? How do we say that? But I thought La Femme is like sexy, classy, kind of like an edge to it, like
Right.
yeah. So I think it was about I would say 11:30 at night when I thought about the name. And I was in bed, and I was like, babe, La Femme. He's like, what? I was like, the show, La Femme. You like it? Oh. He's like, how do you write it? I sent him the text. He's like, yeah, I like it. I was like, yes, La Femme. It's going to be La Femme. So anyways, with all this preparation, it came to this. So I'm excited. I am nervous. I'm excited. I was trying to get Bianca last week, but things weren't like good for her.
Well, my hair wasn't done last week.
Well,
So
my
when you
hair's
called
not
me
done for
and said
jack.
we weren't doing it last week, I was like, oh, thank you.
Okay, so my hair's not done. I'm
But
not
I was
dressed.
gonna be here.
I'm not dressed like, like
Girl, you look great.
But I'm off today. So when I'm off, I like to be in my shell myself. La Femme, I feel La Femme. Sometimes I want to feel natural. I wasn't about to do any makeup, but I said, you know what? I had like I felt like I went to for a boxing match. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'll do that. So yeah, other than that, I'm all good. So shall we start?
Well, we're sexy when we're not dressed up and we're not
Absolutely.
have makeup
My
on. We're
boyfriend
still
says that
sexy.
all the time.
That's right.
We just exude sexiness no matter what.
Okay, I'll take that.
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll take that. My son said I'm skinny. I was like, whatever. Like, I think you're blind, but I'll take that. Shit. Don't matter anymore. Anyways, we are going to start with our first topic. Let me just find this topics. Sorry.
It is 15 things that women wish men knew. And, it's important for us to share because
Last
at the
weekend,
end of the day, yes.
the boys had their own fair share of what they expect the girls to know about what they want. So somebody inboxed me and said to me, are you really not going to take the challenge? I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to go a little bit extra. So we got quite a few things to talk about.
Yes, we
So,
do.
Go
Yes,
ahead, girl.
Yes. So, number one, which is kind of funny. It says a Brazilian is about as close to modern day torture as we ever wish to get. So for God's sakes, appreciate it. I think, men take for granted all that we go through to try to be prepared for them.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So appreciate it. Definitely.
Well, I'm going to go with number 2. I don't know if I want to comment on number 1. I don't have
Well,
any
do you?
hair. Period.
Wait, naturally?
Well, after I had my children, I don't grow a lot of hair.
You are very lucky.
Oh my
I-
goodness.
You are very lucky.
I mean, I'm being serious. Like, even if you look at my armpits, it's so thin. Like, I'm like, oh. So I can't, not even wax.
Well,
they
the
burned my
Brazilian is
skin.
not that bad as I thought it would be.
It's not
It
bad.
really
Now
isn't
it's
that
not
bad.
I
because they
used to
have
do
all
it.
this different type of wax and stuff. It used to be horrible though, for me at least.
I used to do it before I had my kids. I stopped doing it after I had Justin. I was given a shot, and I don't know why. They told me that the side effects. I was like, "Are you killing me with this?" And they're like, "No, the side effects are like you might lose hair." I was like, "Oh shoot!" Like over here, she's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, that's okay." And she's like, "Yo, I just." You're being stitched and you're only talking about you don't want hair. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'd be good
sorry.
with
I
that,
mean, this is a little
definitely.
personal, but we are women, by the way.
Right.
And if the men are tuning in, that's embarrassing.
No, they'll know what we got to go through.
Yeah, but I don't have any, so I feel for you guys.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Number 2. Should I go with number 2? Or
Yeah.
you want to take number 2? I'll take number 2.
You take number
Okay.
2.
Not calling when you said you'd call is the worst. We don't care if you don't call. Well, not that much. Just as long as you haven't promised us that you will. So, if you promise a woman that you will be calling her and you don't, yikes, that's going to be a problem.
I think, it's more so about being a person of your word in any regard.
Right.
Because I just don't my word is my bond. If I say that I'm going to do something, I do it. So I don't appreciate or respect somebody that tells me something just to tell me. I could take the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Rather than you just telling me something that I want to hear and then you prove to me with your actions that you didn't mean what you said.
Exactly.
What about you? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I really agree with what you said,
I was
Erica,
gonna tell you, I
because,
remember.
I'm the type of person where I like to do what I say I'm going to do, and I expect the same from people in return. So, especially when you're getting to know somebody or you're trying to build with someone, it's like, if you say you're going to do this, follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take 3?
I'm going to take 3.
Okay.
You do not need to play the whole wait 3 days to call, message us after a date game. Just call us if you want to. We have busy lives and don't have time to play mind games. This does not, however, mean that we will reply, pick up your call, but hang in there for 3 days and we might return the call. We know it's a double standard, so if you'd like to discuss this further, please feel free to leave a message.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I definitely don't believe in that whole waiting X amount of time to call. I'm the type of person, I do what I want to do when I feel when it's right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I meet somebody and we, the conversation was nice up front, I might call you that day. I might call you tomorrow. It just depends how I feel, basically. But there's no rules to dating. You just got to kind of go with it.
Yeah, and I think if, sometimes as women, we're always worried about being clingy or, giving them too much attention and they feel smothered. And as soon as you meet somebody, you don't want them to think that you're going to be a fatal attraction or a stalker.
Right.
But I like to do the stalker thing because if you're not into me, I'll learn right away and then I can move on. So I don't mind showing that attention because you can tell when a man is uncomfortable with it. And then I'm like, oh, so you're not feeling it? Oh, okay.
That's
And
a
then
good point.
it's very easy to walk away in the beginning because you
Right.
haven't lost anything.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll play that crazy female and see how you take it.
I never looked at it like that. That's very smart.
It
You'll
saves
know right
a lot
away
of
what he's
time.
thinking.
I'm big on that too. I mean, is it yeah. Now, if you are on a date with me and you don't call me the next day, we done. I'm not. Even, actually, if we're on a date and you don't text me that night,
Right.
I'm out.
Oh,
Don't
my
even.
goodness.
I need you to
I'm
ask
not
me if I got
waiting
home.
Right. Or you know how they say, call me when you got home to let me know you made it.
No,
And
you
then you
call me.
call them and they ain't asleep. They fell
No,
asleep.
it's so
How you care? What if I didn't make it home? Then what?
Exactly. No, you need to call and make
Yo,
sure
this
I'm
is
okay.
They
so
think
funny
that
'cause
sounds
when I met
cute.
Darrell,
Mm-hmm.
I told him I don't give my phone to like right away. So he's like, okay. Then he goes like when he he goes like, let me know when you got home. I'm like, I was so trashed. I text him. I'm like, I'm home. He's like, okay. So now you got my damn number.
Right.
So like, yeah. Anyways, then we started texting.
Yes.
You go.
Okay,
Number
so
4.
I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think
Okay.
that's going to take up too much time.
Okay.
We too are often afraid of commitment. You may think we spend all our lives scheming and pricking holes in condoms to trick you into settling down with us, but there are an awful lot of us out there who are genuinely quite happy being independent, career-driven women. I read a lot of it, but I'm not that woman, so this wasn't the one for me. You know, I'm not a woman. Listen, I've learned, and I had to learn how to be single and alone for an amount of time because I never knew how to do that. I ain't been single since I was like 12. So I don't know, what that is, but I'm not one to say that I don't need a man or I don't want to be in a relationship. And I don't even portray that because I think what happens a lot of time, I'm not saying there's not women who are good with it, but I think a lot of women that are good with it are good with it by default. Kind of like, something that happened to them makes them not be able to love again. They put this wall up and then they say, I'm good by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that you can really tell if a woman is really good by herself is if she's grouchy and grumpy all the time and bitchy, or if she's happy. Now, if you single and you always bitchy, you're not happy by yourself.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think.
You know what
This
I'm
is
saying?
true.
Now,
This
the
is true.
happy woman who says, I'm just, I'm good, and if she's really, really good, then yeah.
Right.
Mhm. So 5. Even when you're wearing dark glasses, even when we are blindfolded, looking in the other direction, 20 yards from you, we will always, always know that you have checked out another woman. We don't care as much as you think we do, but we do care that you think we are stupid enough not to notice. So, what's your take on that?
I'll let Bianca go first.
What's your take on that, Bianca?
I agree 1,000%. I feel like I have eyes on every side of my head when I'm with my guy. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's almost like a talent almost all women have. I feel like we can always notice when our guy is checking out another chick when we're out with them. So they think they're slick, but we know. We're
So
ahead of
do
them.
you say anything?
Do I say anything? Oh yeah, absolutely. Even like, so I do get a little stalkerish too, like a little that crazy kicks in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I even like if we're in the car and you're texting and I feel like you turned your phone to the left a little too hard, like I'm like, well, why are you turning your phone so I can't see? Like I've done that. So absolutely, absolutely.
Shit. Oh, Lord.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know. I do get pissed, but when I tell him, he tells me, only you look at me. Only you. And then you know that he went to this bar and some chick texts me, oh, you know, your man was at this bar and I saw him talking to this girl. And I was like, okay, no problem. So it's not just me that looks at him, and it's not just me that talks to him. There's other women that do the same shit. So even though he shakes his head, he thinks people don't know me, where sometimes he goes and then I get text messages. So it's all right. Hey, you know, I'll take those friends, our friends, his friends, my friends, their friends, other people's friends on Facebook that knows us. So I'll take
So
them.
you're telling me that if he's in a bar and he's talking to someone, that somebody will call, text you, and
Oh, I
tell
had a girl
you.
actually send me a picture. He was at a bar.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
He
waiting
was
for
at a
females
bar.
to
Yeah.
do that.
And she goes like, well, you claim that you have a man and that he's faithful. I was like, we are together. He comes home to me. So it don't matter what, you know, he's doing now. It really don't bother me at this point. So she goes like, well, I have this. And she sent me a picture.
And he was just talking.
And it was him talking to some girl. I don't even know who the girl was. I was like, I don't see anything wrong. He's just having a conversation. And she
Right.
was like, you're so naive.
Wow.
She goes like, you don't know his friends. Some of his friends actually push him. I was like, really? Well, then you don't know my guy. So
Yeah, I think, you
No
know,
comment
along
there.
with looking at other women, that's going to happen. I
Right.
mean, you know, it's
what
not.
can you do? Like, you can't.
Yeah,
make
you
it-
can't do
it's like
anything
the same
about
goes
that.
for us women. It can happen. Like, we could do the same thing.
Well, we
like-
can't do the same thing because it's double standards. They can't accept. They can't take what we take. They can't.
Right.
They can't deal with what we can deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
But you
He
know,
can't talk. He going crazy right now.
I don't really have a problem unless you're being disrespectful. Like, you don't flirt with somebody. That's coming up. Don't flirt with somebody. You can look, but if I'm sitting right there, don't say too many words.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if I'm not there and you know your man is going out and he's going out with his friends, a part of that, he's going to talk to women. He's going to talk to them. Now, getting phone numbers and leaving with them, or, you know,
That
that's
would be a
something
fucking
different.
problem.
But you can't
That's
expect
different.
that your
That would be a
man is not
fucking
going to go
problem. That won't
outside
be a
and talk
problem.
to
It will be
somebody.
a fucking problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be confident in,
Right,
in who
right,
you
right.
are, because if you're insecure, that is a turnoff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we have to walk a thin line between, hey, so I heard you was talking to somebody. What were you talking about?
I
And you
won't-
can't be
I-
like,
I don't
what?
know
You
whether
can't be
that-
at the door when he comes in, like, hold with your arms crossed, like, what was you doing? You know, you have to be.
I feel like naturally the second one is what occurs more though.
You try. You say, I'm
You
not
try
going
to
to
be
do it.
nice at
Yeah, but
first.
as soon as he comes
When
to
you
the
see
door,
him
it's
and
totally
activate
different than how you
something.
play it. He said, I'm going to be cool, but
Nah,
the cool
I
goes right
learned.
out the window.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
go with number 6.
Yes. When debating if you should or shouldn't ask the girl you like out, then please remember this. No matter how you are or what you look like, it's always flattering when you ask us out. Always. I love this one because I'm big on, like, you know, like the old school type of stuff where, you know, men did the effort and,
Right.
you know, they approached you and courted you and all those type of things. So I don't know. I just think it's very gentlemanlike to be the one to, you know, approach a woman properly, the right way, you know. So I absolutely agree with it. And I'm not the type of female to ever approach a guy, or I've never asked a guy out ever. So I think that's pretty factual. I think so.
I've never asked a guy out. I'm going to be honest. I refuse to.
Right.
He could be Jesus at this point, and I could really be attracted to you, and like I could see like whatever, but I ain't gonna ask you for jack. The only problem is that, thank God, I always had men ask me out, so I'll take that.
I mean, but look how cute you are.
Oh yeah, I'm gorgeous. Like, I always had an empty seat trying to be filled. Let's just say that because he's making his faces and he forgot that that's what happened.
So nice.
Seven.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I was gonna just say quickly that the guy that I'm with now,
you asked him out.
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I remember you
Yes,
saying
I
that.
asked him out.
Yes.
Well, what I did was I didn't even ask him out. I just went in his inbox and was like, "Where's your girl at? Are you married?"
I like that
So,
approach, though.
I don't believe in asking a man to marry me. I think
Right.
that's like way off the Richter scale. Like that's too much. But men nowadays, they kind of want to relax, and some men are like, why does it still have to be this thing where we have these roles? And I don't want a man that doesn't like the roles that men and women have. I think some things should stay the same.
True.
I don't think that, we should change those things because that's what makes a man and a woman a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. After that, you got to do the man thing. But I'm going to let you know if I'm interested.
Okay.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
going to
see,
go
I
to
think
that.
we have
Well,
somebody in
she
the
could
chat.
read the next
Oh,
one.
you want
and
to read the
yeah.
7? 7. When we tell you about a problem we have, we are not looking for a solution or action plan or even advice. We literally just want you to listen and tell us it's going to be all right and then buy us froyo.
The froyo part is
Yo.
100%.
That
That's
is so damn
mandatory.
me, though. Like,
I I think that it's important for a man to listen to his woman. It's like, yeah, they may not want to hear it, but if he's really interested in you, he's gonna take the time out to listen to how your day was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have to know the difference between talking to our man and talking to our girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't talk to your man the same way you talk to your girlfriend.
Exactly.
So, that's up to us to use our discretion so that
Okay.
we could get the most attention.
okay, I have
I
have
can't
Ms.
get on the
Beats
chat.
who said agreed, court your woman, especially after you got her already.
Amen.
Yes.
Let and set the standard for them to be gentlemen. When that's taken away from them by the overly independent woman, they won't feel the need to do it.
Exactly.
And then she goes like, I disagree with that one. I'm not sure if it's about whatever it was. I'm sorry, I wasn't tuned in. And then, and then she said, the just talk to, listen, my man should be a partner and give advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that's true. Your man's supposed to be your best friend.
Oh,
Right.
he said, I never asked Michelle out. He's lying. She said, I will pick you. Are you wanting to go out? I was like, first of all, no, we met at the barbecue. I'm like, first we met at the bar, then we met at the barbecue, then we met, what, you and her? I don't know. He can't talk now.
Okay, so she says, don't just tell me it will be all right.
So basically, she wants more than.
Yeah.
She would want him
I
to.
guess
Give some input.
to me, it kind of depends on the situation. Like if I'm telling you something detrimental, you got to come something better.
Right.
All right.
Right. That's right.
But for me, the most important thing is just giving me the time. Letting me know that what's going on is important.
Right.
And I think a lot of men also don't really know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of men are short on patience, so they don't really engage in what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's
What's
just
8?
me.
Read 8.
Yes.
I'll take
Okay. Oh, okay. So, when we ask if you want us to come over, all we want is a simple yes or no. Not I don't mind. Do what you want. I hate that.
Me
Oh,
too.
Like,
God,
come
yeah.
on,
I
give
hate
me
that
a
shit.
straight answer. Like,
If you
come
say
on.
that,
Up
I'm
to
gonna
you.
assume
Because
you
Do
want
if
it.
you
you want.
say if you say
feel
do what you
like?
want, then
What you
obviously
want?
that doesn't.
That
You
means
don't
he
really
not
wanted me to
interested.
come.
Exactly. I'm just gonna assume that you don't want me
9.
there, and I'm not coming.
I agree on that one.
When we buy sexy underwear, especially it's because we plan on staying in it for longer than 2 minutes. It is not an invitation to rip it off the second our dress hits the floor. This is 1,000%
I
true.
know about that.
Yeah, I was like,
No, but see, I'm the kind of girl like, you know, I don't want my dad to watch this, but I'm the kind of girl where, you know, I like you to have a show before, you know, kind
Yeah.
of.
I don't care. I like
that
it dirty. If you
pre-part
want to
makes
rip
it
it,
just
just go
sexy,
for it.
you
yes,
know?
yes. Dance
He
around in
writing some
it.
stupid
Yeah,
shit.
like let me lay down and have a glass of wine and or
Yes,
something.
yes, that is
Yeah,
true.
you
That
can
is
have the
true.
glass of wine naked shit. You're next. Me next.
Okay.
You next.
So
You
this is like the one we already read. You know, when we say we're not looking for something serious, we're normally lying. That's basically what it says. We know we might start out that way. When you tell us you're not looking for something serious, we think we can handle it. After that bone happens, there's just something about I've always heard, because women are internal and men are external, that we catch feelings more, and that makes sense.
Yes.
Or faster. And it makes sense.
He
It
laughing.
makes
Because they're
sense.
entering into our bodies.
Right.
But we're on that, their tool is on the outside.
I mean,
So
it's
it's not
true.
like,
I've been in situations where it was completely opposite, though.
well,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think it really, I don't know. It depends on the person. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
it
I'm
does
usually
depend
the
on the
one
person.
to catch feelings first, yes. But there's been times when
He's
it's been the
laughing
other
his
way
ass
around,
off.
and I'm curving you like crazy.
Right,
So.
right. I can fall deep and hard, but I know how to walk away, and that's the thing, that the strength that I love that I have.
That's a blessing.
Because I'll go all the way in, but I'll go all the way. I'm all or nothing. I don't play that in the middle thing. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I've been in relationships and I did walk out. So at this point, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I was in an abusive relationship that I thought I would never get out, and I did. So
Right.
I'm all right. I'm here. So
All
Thank
right.
God.
not married, but I'm here. So while it is the age of the independent woman, we still want to be taken care of and treated like princesses.
Well, I want to be treated like a queen,
Yes.
not a princess. Don't play no games with
Yes.
me. Like, there's levels to this.
Oh Lordy, I want to hear your level.
Yeah. And we're going to skip 13 because it's the same thing. Just give us answers. When we ask, we really want to hear what's
Oh,
on
yeah,
your
I
mind.
want
We
you to read
don't
this.
want
Which
you.
one?
The 14.
We don't want, this trying to figure it out thing. Like,
Right.
we really want to know what you're thinking.
Right. All right.
14.
Yes.
Yes, we lust over the perfectly sculpted men in Calvin Klein ads, but having a ripped body is an added bonus, not an essential. Absolutely. I can count on a couple of fingers how many times I dated somebody that was absolutely like put together.
I don't
you know?
like muscles. I don't
You don't?
like no.
I don't like muscles either.
I don't
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
muscles.
Really?
I don't
Wow.
like to me.
I didn't know
Like
women
men
felt
that
like
are
that.
too muscled up, they're just like
feels
fake to
fake,
me.
right?
Yeah, they
That
look
part I can
fake to me,
understand.
like a Ken doll
So,
or something. I want a real man. I want
I
to rub
used-
on his stomach.
I'm like, I had this friend in school and he was buffed and all. And then when I saw him on Facebook, I was almost about to throw up. Like everything is hanging. Like his body's not there. He's skinny now. He's still not like he shouldn't not have the muscles. So what happened? He inflated them.
Maybe
Or-
he was on steroids. I don't.
What the fuck?
I'm not big on, and maybe I don't even
I
like
mean,
women that are
deflated,
too in shape. Like bodybuilder
Yeah.
women look
That's
weird
too
to
women,
me.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's too
On women,
crazy.
that's just crazy.
No, I like a natural
Do you want to
man the
go
way
for
he is.
15?
Sure. Um. Oh, I went to the next one. Okay, so
We still on the first
I
one.
know we gotta keep it moving. We got two more articles to do. Well, okay, so
Sunday.
Sunday night blues are a real thing. We expect takeout and copious amounts of spooning and hair stroking. I mean, that's like every night. That's not just Sunday.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
All right, so our next article is
Never date someone who does these 15 things.
okay. So
Oh boy.
I bet you he fits in all of them.
oh, all right, so we're gonna run through this one a little bit quicker because we have
Okay.
another article to do after this.
All right.
So
Do you want me? You want to start?
okay, so they get sketchy whenever you ask to see their phone.
I
You to me,
don't care
you
about
don't
the phone,
ask to see the phone. You just see the phone when they're not
Right.
around. You know what I
Right.
mean?
When you
like
can.
you don't ask for that. Of course they're gonna get nervous. A man is just naturally nervous
No, you
about
did
stuff
not.
like that, whether there's nothing in his phone or not. Because half the time, if there's nothing in the phone that's really something, we're gonna think it's something when we see it. Whatever
Right.
it is, if it's a female, it's something to us. So of course they're gonna be scared to give us the
Right.
phone. Like
That's true.
2. They get all weird when you ask about their day at work or what they did on the weekend. I mean, I live with him, so I don't know.
I
like-
think that men, again, it's about us. We ask questions sometimes. I've heard that I'm the police. Like, we ask questions in an interrogatory way. Like, we don't know how to ask it without them thinking there's something behind it.
Very
so when
true.
they say, so when we say,
How was your day
how was
today?
your day? They be like, what you mean?
He'll be like, what?
Like they got to think back over to make sure that they wasn't just casually talking to a woman and coming out of 7-Eleven
No,
and
I
we didn't drive past, take a picture, and expect to talk to them about it when they get
Yes.
home. Oh, word? Oh, okay. So I think, it's a lot of it sometimes is our approach. We
Right.
make them feel uncomfortable because their days aren't that most of the time they're creatures of habit. They're not doing that much different. So every day to ask the same thing about their day, they're like,
I mean, but not every day is the same. So even though they work, like me and you, if you work, you don't have the same clients.
yeah,
I mean, where I go to work, I deal with different customers. Like when he goes to work, he has his different days. And there's days where he comes home and he's like, he'll sit on the computer and have a good chat or doing his stuff. And there's days where he'll walk in and he don't even want to talk to anybody. It's like, I'm out. Like, is everything okay? Yeah, I had a rough day. Oh, okay, well, do you want to talk about it? If sometimes he doesn't, and I'm like, okay, like it is what it is, But I mean, I'm not gonna fight. Like, I don't think he's ever said, oh, why? Why would you ask? I'm like, I mean, the weekend we
the
spent
weekend
together.
is different. That's probably
I
worse.
mean, the weekend we're together, so I really I don't know how how people fight. Like I'm not sure what their fights are. Yeah, if you're a couple, I'm assuming you're supposed to be together on weekends. If not,
Right.
Yeah,
then you
you're
have a
supposed to
problem.
know what your man is doing, the things that he's gonna let you know.
Yeah. You can I mean like have your own lives also. That's important.
Yes,
you know?
it is important.
But I also think like if your man gets like defensive or nervous about a question like that, it kind of like sets a tone. Like it means that there's a certain tone in your relationship that probably shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a simple question. So if he's thinking you're being investigative about it, it's like, okay, maybe you've done this too much, or maybe you're asking the wrong way,
Mhm.
Right.
So
Great.
we play a part in it too, though. All right. They tell you something, then they change their story. Oh, that's open ended. I mean,
Yeah, that's now you gotta make it that's full of shit right there.
Right.
Like, you change the
Right.
story, then there's something you hiding.
pretty much.
I know you ain't
That's
taking number 4.
self-explanatory.
You don't take that shit.
No, being with somebody that puts you down, that's emotional abuse, mental abuse, and it's very toxic.
Let me read 5. What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, talk about the.
No, I
first.
mean, I have been in a situation where,
I just
you
read
know,
the book.
it was an emotionally abusive relationship, and you get used to somebody putting you down, and you have to get your head above water and realize that it's not okay, because you start to minimize it sometimes. Honestly,
I
you
think-
won't realize it for what it really is, because you want to
Right.
mask it, you want to hide. I mean, you don't want to be honest with yourself that you're being degraded. So it's like, oh, he just called me a bitch, because I am a bitch sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But then he's calling you a bitch every weekend or every other day that you're doing something. Then it's like, I'm not a bitch. So I think, sticking to what you really want that makes you feel good is not asking for too much.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we start to think, am I wrong? Should I, am I making a big thing about this? But if it doesn't make you feel good, and there's a person that's supposed to love you and they don't know how to make you feel good,
Yeah.
that's right there. That's like, that should be,
I mean, I mean, the last relationship that I was in was brutal. So I'm still trying to learn to accept a compliment. There's times where he'll be like, "Oh, you look beautiful." I'm like, "Right, whatever." Like, you bugging out. Like, whatever. Like, okay. I don't know how to accept a compliment, or I'll be like, whatever, like, like that, and I'll be like, and then my son goes like, if he hears it, he goes like, right, mom, see what I'm talking about? Like, you don't appreciate it, la la la. And then I get all this, oh, you don't pay attention. This is why you get mad, and then you get mad about things, and I'm like,
You have something to say to that?
I'm gonna skip that one.
Okay, because I want to say something.
'cause she good at that.
You know, yes, we have been in situations that weren't healthy, but after that, you have to let that stay where it is, because in order for you to be desirable by your partner, you can't continue to talk about your past relationship, because we don't like it either. If somebody's constantly talking about their past relationship, that makes the other person feel like we're still there mentally. And if it is just a matter of habit, like I said, just being used to somebody, then that's something that we have to seek help within ourselves. Because if somebody gives you a compliment, that should be a breath of fresh air.
Girl, I don't pay attention. Like, I really don't know how to react. Like, I'll take it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how to say, like, oh, thank you. I mean, I can't. I don't.
I'll be
know
like,
how to
you
do
right,
that.
baby. I'm not. Thank you, right?
Yeah, I'm like, and you know that too. Like,
Yeah.
you used to tell me that all the time. Like, every time she goes like, Michelle, you're like, you're really pretty. I'm like, okay, like, and this is like my friend. It's not even like, So it's like, even no matter where I'm at, it could be like my family says something. Oh, you look really pretty today. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Well, I have a life coach, and her name is Juanita Gaddy. And
Oh, I
I'm
know
going
her,
to invite
yes.
her on our show so that she can talk to us and the audience, not just women. If we have men watching, that'll help, but for women, because that is an issue. But I'm not one that, the other day on the men's show, I said get counseling. I think you two should get counseling. And it doesn't have to be a therapist, psychotherapist, psychiatrist, psychologist. It can be a coach, a life coach. It doesn't have to be somebody that is a shrink, as men seem to always think that we want them to go see a shrink.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just somebody that can give you some pointers. Just like the other day, I put up the 5 deadly C's: are complaining, criticizing, competing, condemning, and there's one more. I'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
But those are things that we actively need to do to keep a healthy relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. They get mad when you don't want sex.
I never not want sex, so they don't never. And my man don't never. He don't never have that problem.
I don't want to be.
Shit.
Nuh-uh. When I work late night and I want to come home and talk to my sister and go to bed, I don't want. It is what it is. That's how I feel. Like I can't change that. Like my body is beat. I take a truck of like 700 totes, and I have to try and do it in one night.
He can still get it if I'm tired. Like
You
he
don't have to
can
do
get it when I'm
anything.
asleep. He could wake me up in the middle of the night. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Go girls.
I think I'm kind of on your wave about it. Like,
Go girls.
I don't really recall too many times when I turned it down, but I can understand why somebody would. But
Yeah.
that's just their thing.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with feeling a moment, maybe once a year, where you don't feel like doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But it's, and this is not to be funny, but how much time is it really going to take
Right,
to get it in?
It's just so easy.
You know what I'm saying?
it's
Like,
nothing
how
to
long is
do
it going
with
to really
getting it
take?
in.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not about
what?
getting it in.
Oh, what is it?
Getting it out is the fucking problem. 'Cause it just keeps on going and going and going. Yo, no.
I mean, so, and I'm not,
Sorry.
You are funny.
I'm not trying to be personal about it, but
I'm so red.
so if your man wants sex
Okay.
and you don't want sex, right? For a like consistent amount of time or consistently this happens, what is your man supposed to do?
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, like what is he
'Cause
supposed
I
to
wouldn't
do?
want anybody to tell me no consistently.
Right.
So we have to.
Yeah, because
also
I'll
give
be
to them
mad.
like we want them to
Listen,
give
there's
to
a meme
us.
I read today that said a dick down a day keeps her attitude away. I'll be mad. Like, you can't be, what? You mean, like, I let it go every other day or
Yeah.
something. We could fall asleep. That could happen.
Lord.
Yes.
But not me coming at you and you're like, nah, because then I'm going to think something is going on.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
just saying.
True.
Like, I'm
Number
not trying
6.
to talk about anybody in particular. I'm just saying. Like, what is your man supposed to do if you don't?
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think it's
I mean-
okay. Like, if you worked a long shift and you're tired, fine. You're sick,
Yeah, he's supposed
fine.
to understand
Yeah.
that.
But if it's like he's asking
know
you for
what-
2 weeks and nothing, you
Oh,
know,
hell no.
that's the issue right there.
No.
You know. All right. Number 6. They never buy you things.
Oh.
So for me,
That's not my problem for sure.
I don't know. I think like it depends on the situation. If he has the ability to do it and he just doesn't, that might be another thing. But I don't know. Me personally, I am a person that appreciates gifts and I like to, be treated kind of special. So if I feel like enough time has gone and like you've never given me anything or like I feel like I've never received anything from you, I would kind of be a little on the red flag side. Like, well, why is he not spending any money on me? Why is he not showing me that, he feels some kind of way about me? Because not saying that material things show somebody how you feel about them, but if you know somebody likes something, this is your girl, you've been together, why not treat your girl?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's vice versa though.
And it goes both
It goes
ways.
both
Yeah, it
ways.
definitely goes
Yeah.
both ways.
And I've always I've definitely received well, but I also return the favor. Like I'm big on birthdays. I don't shower guys with gifts, but if it's his birthday and he's been good to me, I'll take care of him. So
And it's not always, when you say like buy something, if we're out
Get that lingerie and
and
let
we're
it be
buying
ripped.
groceries and You don't want to be there and you have 20, 30, $40 on you and your bill comes to $50 and he's like, oh, well,
See,
I mean,
that's the
like
difference.
just
Not
put the
about
$10
buying
out.
jewelry or
Yeah, it's
anything
just like
specific.
it shows that this person is in the struggle with you
Right.
because we all, I mean, most of us are living regular lives right now. We trying to get to the next level or whatever. So I like that. That shows that you are here and present
Right.
with the situation. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I lost 20 pounds with this water.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I feel so good with this.
7 is they hate spending time with their friends and family. Like, come on now.
That never happened to me. So.
That did happen to me with my ex of 6 years. And I'm not sure. I don't know. I think that he was just in his ways, and he got off on a bad foot with my parents, so he just kind of shied away from the whole family.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not getting rid of my family because I'm with you.
Right.
So we're going to be one family or we're not going to be anything. And that's just how it is, That's not good for if you're trying to raise children or if you're going to bring children into the situation. So if you're going to be with somebody, you got to make that work with them.
Yes.
With their families.
Mr. Smarty over there talking about your money is your money and my money is my money.
Oh.
That's how he is.
She said that's how he is.
All right, Truth. Now, you wrong for that. As far as family and friends, I think sometimes there's different reasons. Somebody that's not used to having family, they don't know how to embrace family, or they never had a big family or, a loving family. On the flip side of that, somebody may be trying to isolate you from your family so they can control you.
Yes.
Your friends, if your friends don't like your mate, then they're not going to want to be around your friends. It could be your friends sometimes. Sometimes your friends think they all of that and they think they better than people. And, then they want to look down on who you're with for all the wrong reasons. They may not have this or have that, Exactly. So sometimes I don't necessarily mess with my friends and my family at the end of the day.
And I definitely
you know what I'm saying?
understand that.
Like, no.
Definitely. I mean, family and friends is not always right either.
That's
and,
right.
I'm especially with the girl. You cannot pick your family. We know this. But
right.
with the girlfriends, okay, listen, don't play because I don't have to deal with you.
Right.
And I've been around a female before in the past where she had something to say about everybody I was dealing with, and I'm like, no, you sound crazy, and I might need to put you on the back burner.
Exactly. That's so right.
You
got to look at the motives behind people because, they'll tell you everything wrong, and then at the end of the day, they might want to get with your man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta read more into that.
You want to 8?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
All right, so we have one more article. I think we should just read the list.
Okay.
So
Read the list.
yeah.
So
because all of these are wrong, basically. These
Yeah,
are things that
these
we
are the
should
things
not.
that we should not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we really.
So they hold you to double standards. They turn they turn their mistakes into your mistakes.
You gotta watch
They
for that one.
still flirt with others. They refuse to give you a title.
Yeah,
They
this is
like
all
themselves
self-explanatory.
more than they like you.
Yeah, we can't both be fighting
They
for the
still
mirror.
mention their ex.
Oh.
You're not attracted to them. Ooh. I cannot go out with somebody that I'm not attracted to.
Me neither.
You're not a priority in their life.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, obviously, this list. If you're wondering about how important or real your relationship is, and you have like 4 or 5 things on this list, you in the wrong relationship, hon. Like you in the wrong one.
Just take the one and run.
Yeah, that's
and
about
if it's
it.
a new relationship, just leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
even
this is the
waste
last
time.
one article.
Things women want from the men in their lives. It's like a humongous thing. And then, okay. Open communication is number one. This was on the men's one, too.
Uh-huh.
Open communication.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I like to text. I don't really like to talk. Because sometimes I'm so mad that I'm scared that I would say something, and
But girl, you text it too. I know you. You text it. So don't say you scared to talk because you gonna text whatever you want to say.
That's what I'm saying. I
So you're
text.
saying the effect is not as bad if you say it in
I
text.
feel like when I'm texting,
I don't know about that.
When I'm texting, I can read it and go back.
Oh,
You
okay,
understand?
okay.
But if you're talking to that person at that moment, I feel like I'm gonna say something.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going
Yeah, that's true.
It's just
that's
me.
true. That is true because and if
I'm
you want to
mad for
get
like
your
a
point,
day.
if you want to get your point across without an argument, and you want to get to the points that you're trying to make, because see, I'm a writer, so I'll be like, I put bullet points and I list it. I'm like, this is what was wrong about yesterday. One, you did this. Two.
love it.
Three.
I love it.
And then men have short attention span, so just put a sentence. Don't put too much, but list it so he knows he done messed up 10 times yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that next time.
She got your idea. I'll say 2. Honesty.
Oh my God.
Honesty is the best policy.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Being honest is extremely important. So
Yeah,
get
because
a
if
lot of people
somebody
in
comes to
trouble,
you,
but-
I was seeing this guy, and I knew he wanted me to have a threesome so bad because he kept bringing it up, and he's like, "So, have you ever gone to a swinging thing?" And I'm like, "No. Why
Oh
would
my
you?
gosh.
Did you want me to?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want to take you to this place in Manhattan. It's like real cool."
God.
And it's like he kept mentioning it, but I wasn't saying no and I wasn't saying yes. So he kind of felt uncomfortable, but I knew that I wasn't into it. But I just want to see like how far he was gonna go with it. But I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like,
girl.
I was. Well, this is the thing.
That's what I want to know.
This is
now.
the thing. If I don't really care for you like that, it's different. If I'm in love
You're
with
more
you,
acceptable to do it if you don't care for them.
yeah,
That's how I feel
I'm not
too.
doing it with somebody that I love and that I want to have a
I
long
just said
term.
that to my boyfriend. the other
Yeah,
day.
no,
Yes.
no. We can't
Absolutely
do that.
agree.
No. So I mean, but then that tells you who you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
when they're, because then I'm like, tell me anything so that I know who I'm dealing with. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go with what you're saying,
I like
but
that.
your honesty lets me know who you are.
Number 3.
Trust and trustworthiness allows the relationship to deepen. Yes.
Yes. Lovely.
Lovely.
Taking
That
responsibility.
you're lovely. Oh, I thought you was calling her lovely.
Yes, you are.
You're so beautiful.
We are.
All of us.
I feel so lovely today. Oh man, this sweater really got me, man. 20 pounds.
This sweater
today.
is cute though. I really like this.
I love
That
the
is
sweater.
cute.
The sweater was given to me from my son, so I kind of have it got a sentimental value. I said something to him today. We were bowling. I said to him, you're gonna be leaving me soon, and then I don't have anything. I can't come to you. He's like, you got my shirt.
Oh.
So I was like, but we had fun today. So, number 4. Oh, did we agree on the trust and trustworthiness?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 4, taking responsibility, meaning for your actions and behavior. Long-term healthy relationship require a high level of maturity. Without it, disagreements and conflicts worsen as couples engaged in the blame game. Communication fails and emotional damage can be done that cannot be easily repaired.
Oh, I hate that moment in a relationship when like a big catastrophe happens, and in the back of your mind, you're like, it's over. Like we're not gonna make it. But and you still can stay in a relationship, but it's like that one moment lets you know that it's over. You're just not ready to walk away, but it's like all downhill from there. Like it's never you're never gonna come back from that.
Yeah.
Why have I not gotten number 4? Number 5.
Well,
That was.
it goes on to traits of relational sensitivity, I think. Because what we want from a man, we want a man to show kindness, patience, understanding, empathy, and
5.
compassion. So I think,
That was a. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's
Oh, okay, okay. Then it comes
see,
up
because
as
the
traits.
one thing was
Okay.
traits of moral integrity,
Okay.
and now it's traits of relational sensitivity. I think that men, just because they're made up different than us, they do have an issue. Not issue. They have a challenge when it comes to empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They just don't like we hate our job and they're like, hey, it's just a job. Like
Yeah.
like they don't go as deep as we do with our emotions and feelings. So
Right.
and it comes across to us as insensitivity.
Yes.
Oh no, I am too sensitive.
Oh yeah.
I'm
sensitive, too.
definitely I'm a very sensitive
Mhm.
chick. It's sad because I am, but it is what it is.
I feel like a lot of us females are kind of like that. Like if a guy says the wrong thing and if you're already upset and he doesn't say the right thing, it's like
Mhm.
it'll just put you over the edge.
Yes.
It says be friends, like have a
Yes.
friendship with your man.
Definitely.
I think
That's-
that's really key. I mean,
That's like the main thing.
if you don't have a friendship, it's more difficult to keep it.
See, I
afloat.
always wondered. We will say, "Oh, he's my best friend," but his best friend is his boy. Like, how
Right.
come we want to be their best friend, but they don't want to be our best
or
friend?
his brother or his
I
sister.
always wondered the same thing.
Like, are
I'm
we
like-
that annoying? Could you leave a comment on this one question, please? Like, why don't y'all want to be our best friend?
That's a good question.
Because I guess
Yeah.
because we're too sensitive. I don't know. He got a text.
I don't know. I feel like the best friend thing is like an emotional component. They might be emotionally connected, obviously, if you're in a relationship, probably you are, but I think men don't verbalize it. Even if you are their best friend,
Yeah.
they
Maybe that's corny.
know.
It's too mushy for them to
Yeah.
say
yeah,
that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Emotional maturity
Is that what it is?
essential.
I done gave up. I am not a cougar no more. I cannot take these ignorant, immature. I am done with the youngins. I'm glad I got a mature man in my life now who, yes, yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh Lord, I can't wait for the next week's segments about sex. It's gonna be like, I know who the best person to be with us would be.
Yes.
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 I think that will be her.
Yeah, because I think I'm like sexually free, but I ain't halfway. Like I'm like a pro when it
will.
comes to her.
I will actually invite her, see if she will have the time for Thursday. Okay, number 4, being supportive to the woman in your life can do a world of good. Supporting your partner is a prime role. Whether your partner or your friend needs emotional or practical support, be there to assist in small and big ways. Well, I'll be honest. I'm going through something with my job, and I don't know how much I've been barking about it. And he's not been one time said, "Oh, just shut up." He said to me, "Babe, it's okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Something right will happen. Just
You mean
in
he's
due
nice
time."
like that?
Well, he has days where he's maybe drunk or something, or fell off the damn bed, or I don't know. But he did say that, and sometimes I really am. Like sometimes I don't expect it to happen, so then I go like,
Yeah.
because I don't want to. Every time he says something, and if I get emotional, I'm like, oh man. So yeah, like some little things like that, like especially after a long week, that you find out like, oh, your hours been cut, or This is what I'm going through right now. And he's like, oh, it's okay. Like, don't worry. Something, trust me. Just keep looking. Don't give up. Something amazing will happen. So I'm like, okay. And then I'll be like, okay, back on the computer looking, eh, you know. But it gives me that little push that, okay, you got this.
So we're going to go through, or you want to save this for next time, the satisfying intimacy with romantic partners? Are we going to go through that?
Yeah, we can save that, but we have one more.
Okay.
Sensitivity coupled with validation of your partner's experience are essential. The cultural experience of adults vary greatly based on gender identity. Recognize your own basis in how you view other women and imagine how your partner might be negatively affected by a world that sees women as less than. I'm not sure, like, what the hell.
Okay, so I guess from a man's point of view, it's saying don't assume she's making things up when she shares stories of prejudice, discrimination, or unfair treatment. A lot of times, like we were saying, we see things and they don't see them as big as we do. So they have to, understand that we're not just exaggerating. Sometimes we are just exaggerating.
Like I said, to him, sometimes
we're not always.
I'll be like, yo, that girl likes you. Oh, she don't like me. It's only you that likes me. And then you'll find out that, oh, he'll be like, I said to him the other day, but I'm a girl, so how would you know what she's thinking? Oh, I don't know. He goes like, but why would she want me? Because I want you. So she wants to know why I want you. So there's women out there that just want to know why she's with you. It don't matter if they see you happy. They just want to see why. What does he have? Mm-hmm. Like, let me just try and see if he's that weak to go and, do something. Or, hey, what's your name? Oh, you're with her? Or, they'll try.
Yes.
And he says only I do that because I'm the only crazy one that wants him.
Well, what I would say,
and that's not fair because that means I'm like he's not like good looking, or I'm blind, or I'm stupid, and I'm not. So at this point, like, that's why I say to you sometimes when he says, "Oh, you're beautiful," why should I accept that compliment when I'm just telling you that a girl just looked at you and I think she likes you? You're telling me I'm the only one. So that means I'm an ignorant person.
Well, I think what he really means is that you're the only one that knows how to love him the best way possible.
You're about to fall off the table.
Because it doesn't matter what other girl likes him. It doesn't matter to him. So, he's saying you're the only one that could deal with him.
Yes, that's a damn fact.
Put up with him. That
is a damn fact. I think
that's
right.
Yeah,
that pretty much sums it up.
Because a lot of these women out here don't know what they're getting themselves into. They only, that's why it's not good to. And I know I'm very outspoken. We know I had an issue on Facebook the other day where I was very outspoken.
We're not going to talk about this shit. No, we're not going to talk.
We ain't got that. We ain't got enough show for that.
No.
But
we will talk after the show.
Yes. But I think it's good to stay general with your relationship. If you don't give too much on the good or the bad side, because if you tell too much bad stuff, they're definitely coming in sideways because they think y'all got problems. Mm-hmm. And if you tell too much good, they coming on the other end because they want some of what you have. Mm-hmm. That's good. So I think, it's important not to share too much about what you're going through.
So with that being said, that means you are too damn kind. And sometimes you need to keep your mouth damn shut, right?
Yes.
So unfortunately, because you are kind, certain people know how to take advantage of people like you. So you gotta have to understand that stuff like that, I would never give that person the day of his life, a day, not even a second, to enjoy me putting that shit up. That would have been a no-no. I think, no, you learned the lesson. So, like, he'll have to he'll have to deal with that situation, whether he likes it or not. So you're a good person. It don't make you anything else better. We all have our moments. I mean, you tried to vent, and I understood, but I only caught half of it, so I wasn't really sure. And then I went on her page, and the page is not there. I was like, wait, what the hell just happened? What happened? Like, I couldn't even see shit. Like, yo. And he goes like, I think she got blocked. I was like, shit. Okay, dude, you better be careful. Like, people out there, they don't really, even though you're nice, they don't care. And they
No.
don't like you.
No.
So whatever you have to do, you have to stand on your own grounds.
Yes.
So this is who you are. You know, you're a diva, a divine diva, and you've got a lot of work under your belt for somebody to damage that shit. Period.
And we all do here at La Femme. So
But you know, I just want to say, you know, you're bigger. I look up to you. So
oh,
you are
thank
bigger
you.
than what I, you know. So
Okay.
I am going to end this show today. I am excited. I am thrilled that I did the first show. I can't even tell you guys.
Can we
Thank
get an
you,
applause
Bianca.
over there? Do we have a
Thank
sound?
you. Thank you, Erica.
Yes.
I think I can't say for sure, but I think I know the best guest for next week. If we're going to talk about sex, is going to be the best person to talk about, as she will be as open and bluntly open as can be. I promise you. So just stay tuned. We will see you next Thursday at 9. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a great time, but next time I'm bringing some wine so I can laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh.
You talking about
Okay.
sex and wine next week? I'm like, I feel like I should have been on that show.
Well, you should come too. We can have another person. It's okay. We can
That
squish
sounds
in.
fun.
It's all right. So definitely
We'll have a
tune in.
foursome.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and it will be my son's, my older son's birthday on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Dorian!
Happy
You are
birthday,
23. You're gonna be
Birthday.
23. Enjoy your journey. I don't know where your future is gonna take you, but you know I'm here, so we got this together. All right, buddies. Thank you
Yes.
guys.
Peace
Good
and love,
night.
everybody, and a lot of sex.
Yes.